Hello Twin Flames, thank you for being here, for liking, subscribing and all the amazing comments and feedback you leave me. It means the world, as you know, and if you are new to the channel, welcome, subscribe, join our family because we're here for you every day. So I've just shared a video about the energy of the sun and the energy of the moon. So do check that out because it will help you to understand what happens on your journey. But I'd like to share with you now the lyrics of a song, well, two songs that the angels have guided me to. They're explain the journey in separation and explain the journey into union. And it's so powerful because this came through to me last night during one of my favourite films. Me and George were having a night off. He was in there playing on his machine, the PlayStation, and I was in here watching Grease 2. And Grease 2 is one of my all-time favourite films. You know, it was that film as a kid where I used to put it on all the time and wear it out. And it was Betamax back then. You know, I used to have it on all the time. And I know that people grew up with Grease and a lot of people love that more, but for me it was always Grease 2. And in Grease 2, you've got the story of Stephanie Zanoni, and she's one of the Pink Ladies. It's Michelle Pfeiffer, and she was always kind of my role model growing up. You know, I wanted to look like her. I even had a pink lady jacket, a pink jacket, and I wrote Pink Ladies on the back. Okay, that's how, you know, sad I was at that time. And then you've got Michael, who's played by Maxwell Caulfield, who was in the Colbys and, you know, very famous actor. And, you know, he kind of joined Rydell School as this kind of nerdy type, very intelligent. And what he did was he kind of did all the English projects and all the English homework for the T-Birds, who were obviously allowed to be with the Pink Ladies. So they just block throat chakra there. So I feel many of you may really understand this. Okay, this is going to help you to understand why communication breaks down. They've just blocked throat chakra there as I'm trying to explain it. So this may resonate with you. I feel this is a really important message because when they take my breath away like that, it's because you're going to understand something on a deeper level. So the throat chakra is healing right now. So anyway, Maxwell Caulfield, or, you know, this Michael, who was in Grease 2, he falls head over heels in love with Stephanie Zanoni, and he starts chasing her, okay? And Stephanie, you know, she's got these feelings for him. You can tell, okay, there's something there under the surface, but she's meant to belong to the T-Bird, so she can't go there. And she explains to him what she's looking for, and she's looking for a cool rider. So she's looking for someone who can kind of blow her away on a motorbike, you know, someone who's going to kind of whisper away and, you know, be this amazing person. And obviously it's her ideal vision of Mr. Right, when really Michael is her Mr. Right all along, which is a lot like the feminine and the masculine dynamic. But Michael starts building this bike, okay, and becoming like a dream machine on this motorbike so he can impress her and be with it. And he turns up one night when they're at the bowling alley and he's got goggles on and, you know, a helmet, and you can't see who he is, even though you can tell who it is, but you can't see his face. So he starts really dating her and, you know, all these things happen. And the real message is that sometimes the divine feminines can try and be someone else to bring the masculine's feelings in, which means you have to, you know, you can only really be yourself. Because when you're yourself, you shine. But so many of us along the way try and kind of keep up pretenses with what we think our masculine desires, or what we think our masculine needs, or what our masculine wants. So even when we know that we shouldn't be lowering our vibration or being around certain people or acting a certain way, sometimes we try our hardest to impress our twin or to be there for our twin. You know, even if we have to go into the darkness. And we know it's wrong because it feels off. And that's why separation comes in. Separation will come in to bring in a healing because you need to restore your energy. You're spending too much time around toxic things or in toxic environments. And I went through this with a catalyst. You know, I was trying my hardest to give everything to that person instead of giving back to myself. And I was trying to be something I wasn't. You know, I was trying to be in his energy, and he was on a really low vibrational disc, and I operate from a high vibrational disc, and you guys will resonate with this because you are the sun, you are the light, And when you go into that other vibration, it feels off, it feels wrong. So the angels are saying you don't have to try and change yourself for your divine masculine. You don't have to be anybody but who you are. You are perfect as you are. And you don't need to compare yourself to anyone else. And that's what Michael was doing. He had no other way in his mind of getting her attention because he thought she wouldn't be interested in him the way he was. So he was changing himself and becoming this biker. Anyway, to cut a long story short, it's a really great film. You need to watch it. It's a bit cheesy, but it's really good. At the end, he kind of takes off his glasses, and takes everything off. And everyone's like, oh my God, it's Michael, And they're like, no, it can't be you. And she's like, wow. And she comes up to him. And she says to him, wow, you were the one I always wanted all along. I got 2 for the price of 1. So there's 2 songs in the film, and I'm going to talk about them. And the first one is where she thinks that he's died because he gets chased by the T-birds and he kind of goes over this cliff edge, and she thinks it's the end. So she's on the stage at the talent show and she starts singing about it. And this is what she sings, okay? No more midnight rides with you. No more secret rendezvous. So really, she's kind of like the divine masculine in there, saying no more secret rendezvous. So sometimes it can be a secret with the feminine and the masculine. If there's a third party involved, or, they're keeping it quiet because of a family situation or an age gap or anything that seems to be in the way, it can be seen as a secret rendezvous. I'm going to miss all the things we'll never do. And when you go into separation, that's the worst part, because you start thinking about the things you'll never do together. You start visualizing things, the things that you've talked about doing together, the plans that you had. And you think, I'm going to miss all the things we'll never do. So that's you, divine feminine, thinking, I'm going to miss out. I'm missing out on something. So when you're in separation, you feel like you're missing out on something, but it's just the ego playing tricks on you, edging the goodness out. I just can't believe you left me here all alone. So, this is when you're a divine feminine, you're thinking, I can't believe you've just walked away from me. You've ran away from me and you've left me here all alone. We had so many plans. We had so many things we were going to do. And I'm going to miss all of that right now. How in the world can I make it on my own? So you start thinking, can I do this on my own? And usually this is the time when you're guided to a channel or a soul family or understanding of what the twin flame journey is. How in this world can I make it on my own? And then your masculine comes through and says to you, remember, I love you and I won't be far away. Close your eyes and think of yesterday. And we'll be there together, and love will turn back the hands of time. And that's the name of the song, by the way, The Hands of Time. So remember, I love you. So when you allow yourself to tap into the 5D realm and the connection between you and your twin, you start understanding this and you start remembering the truth that your masculine does love you. And your masculine is saying to you in separation through their higher self, through telepathy, through the messages you hear in music, through everything that comes through to you, I love you and I won't be far away. Close your eyes and think of yesterday. So your masculine is reassuring you that everything's going to be okay and we'll be there together. So this is another sign to go and connect with each other on the 5D realm, to trust in the love, to think about the power of the love, the connection, the feelings that you've got. And then Stephanie says, baby, don't you know it's hard to let you go? And this is what I'm feeling. Don't you know it's hard to let you go? I feel this as the masculines, saying to you, it's hard to let you go, because the masculines try. They can't, by the way, but they try to when they run, and they hide in the room like a child. They go into this fear when they're blocking you and ghosting you and they're hiding from the connection. And they're saying, don't you know it's hard to let you go? Save all your dreams and keep me in your heart. So your masculine is saying to you, it's hard to let you go, but keep me in your heart. Save me there. Save me in your dreams. Remember that we'll be together. So save all your dreams and keep me in your heart. So your masculine is saying to you there, we'll be together. It hurts to say goodbye no matter how I try, but love will survive even though we have to part. And I think that's so powerful. Love will survive even though we have to part. So it's hard for you to say goodbye because you're not meant to, but the love will survive anyway in the separation, even though we have to part, and the messages have to. Because as twin flames, we have to part from our counterpart to go through the healing, to understand the process, the journey. The masculines have to wake up. They have to realise the truth. They have to move forward to be prepared to change their situation, to heal their life, to heal their world. Love will survive even though we have to part. So your masculine is saying to you, please don't cry. And you're saying, please don't cry. So your masculine is saying it's okay, you don't have to cry, okay? And there's a song as well called Soulmate Dry Your Eyes. Well, I can't think what the name's called, but it says Soulmate Dry Your Eyes. It's by Placebo. Really powerful song. And I think it's called Sleeping with Ghosts. And the song says, soulmate dry your eyes. True love never dies. Or something. No, it says, soulmate dry your eyes, soulmates never die. Okay, that's the song by Placebo. You may want to check that out as well. That's really powerful. And this is what I'm feeling because, your masculine is saying to you, please don't cry. And you're saying, oh, it all seems so unfair. Just when I found you, I lost you. So you're saying to your masculine, it's just so unfair. I found you and I lost you. Why does this have to happen this way? And your masculine is saying to you, well, that doesn't matter now. The only thing that matters is the time that we had together. And it's really beautiful because it's showing you the love. Okay? And your masculine is saying, the only thing you have to know is that I love you. And you're the only one who can keep our love alive. So don't forget me. Okay? I love you and I won't be far away. So in the separation, you have to keep the love alive. You have to keep the vibration high, because if you give up and you go into fear energy, it doesn't serve the journey, because the love is powerful and your masculine loves you anyway. You have to remember the power of the love, because even though you have to part, love will survive. It's so beautiful. So that one's called The Hands of Time, okay? And then the other one is at the end where they come together, okay? And he takes off his glasses and, he reveals who he is. And they come together and she's just in awe. And she says to him, you were the one in my dreams, but I never knew it, okay? And I wanted to tell you time and again, but I couldn't do it. So this is your masculine saying to you, you were the one. You are the one in my dreams, but I never knew it until now. So your masculine knew it in the back of their mind, in their subconscious, through their higher self and their soul, but their 3D self has had to work it all out. I wanted to tell you time and again, but I couldn't do it. So this is also your masculine saying, I wanted to tell you. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't get the words out to you. All that you are is all that I need, no more pretending. So you're saying to each other, you're everything that you need and everything that you want, and there's no need to pretend. Now I can be me and you can be you, and we're never ending. So your masculine saying, now we're together. This is when you're coming into union here. You can be you and your masculine can be them, and there's no more pretending. You don't have to hide who you are. We'll be together, always together, like birds of a feather, forever and ever, we'll be together. It's so beautiful, because you're meant to be like birds of a feather. You flock together because your souls are one. So you're guided back together like divine magnets. And this is the message. So you're understanding the truth, okay? And then your masculine saying, I like what you've got. I guess it's okay if you want to show it. So show the world who you are, because the masculines can be very jealous at times and they don't like anyone else having your attention. But when you're in union, none of that matters because the ego falls away. And yes, it's there. You have things you have to heal and learn still, but the ego falls away and all the things that affected you in separation aren't there anymore. So you're saying to each other, I like what you've got. I guess it's okay if you want to show it. So show the world who you are. I back you every step of the way. So this is about you two supporting each other. I am what I am and I'm all for you. Just want you to know it. So this is you two appreciating each other and showing each other the love. Will I ever score? Okay? And this is the message, this is the song, and it is a bit cheesy, but the message, will I ever score? Which means, will it ever happen? Will we come into union? And it's happening. And your masculine saying there's nothing wrong with just liking each other. And what that means is just take your time. Because you're thinking, will I ever score? Is union going to come? How quick is it going to happen? And your masculine saying to you, let's just take it step by step, day by day. Let's just let it all unfold naturally. Let's wipe the slate clean. Let's start again. Let's just be. We've all had our doubts, but it's working out with one another. We've all had our doubts, and on this journey, whether you're feminine or masculine, you have doubts. It's a natural part of the process. You have to overcome doubt with faith and understand it will be okay. And it says, but it's working out with one another. So the angels are showing you this is working out. It's going to be okay because you'll be together, always together, because you're eternal. This love is eternal, like birds of a feather flocking together. So I know it's a bit cheesy talking about Grease 2 on a Friday, but it just meant so much. And, I had a good cry when I watched it, and I've seen it that many times. It was my childhood favourite. I must have watched it every night. And, I know it word for word, and I had a good sing-along too. But it really touched me because I saw it differently. I saw it from the perception of the masculine and feminine journey. And I really wanted to share this with you today. So I hope you enjoy it. Hopefully, if you haven't seen it before, it makes you want to go out and watch Grease 2. And if you have seen it, maybe you want to watch it again. And it'll really touch your buttons and it'll make you think. So I hope this helps. Remember, you're going to be together. Why? Because you're birds of a feather. So don't worry. All is well and you are safe. So that's part 2, and I'm going to be on next with part 3, doing the cards for today. Have a great day, sending you so much love, and I'll see you soon.